excellence, I would talk about the brilliant and Renaissance-like persona that I clearly portray. But, admittedly, while I won't deny my many academic achievements, such as not failing chemistry, I do have my moments. At one time, I thought that Pilates was a cooking class. When I was a junior in high school, my friend convinced me that Bob Qaeda was the brother of Al Qaeda. And when faced with the question, what does academic excellence mean to you? The thoughts that ran through my mind were as follows. Exactly. I mean, seriously, how was I supposed to know? It's not like I was blessed with this natural affinity for learning. But that's just it. Society tends to focus on what we don't have. And when the topic of academic excellence arises, we tend to categorize the smart students as the ones who achieve the highest grades or the most recognition. However, we often overlook the work that these students put into their studies. To me, it is the magnitude of effort, not just the grade, which defines the heart of academic excellence, the heart of DeSales, and the heart of our lives. So first, I will express how my family inspired me to strive for academic excellence. Second, I will share my own personal story before finally attempting to redefine academic excellence in a way that truly captures its essence. And perhaps we can all realize that academic excellence is more than what we think it is. After all, it's not about what you have, but what you make. My family came from a humble background. Because my parents were brought up in the third world country of the Philippines, they ventured through their childhoods in poverty, and obviously did not have the luxuries we have here in America. Despite their hardships, however, they managed to achieve a higher education and immigrate here. That is academic excellence. My parents took what little they had and developed their academic skills to reach their full potential. They pushed through to get the grades, knowing that the struggles they faced then would be worth the future they have now. Their stories continuously remind me why I'm here enduring the brutal onslaught of science courses, why I'm putting up with the stress, or even why I'm speaking to you all today. My parents are the reason why the path toward academic excellence is worth the endeavor. You see, we sometimes get caught up in grades and consequently miss out on what really matters. And when we do that, we hinder progress, a detrimental mistake to our development as human beings. So, now that I've talked about my inspiration for academia, I'd like to share my own personal stories. 2 years ago, when I used to work at a nursing home, there was an old Hispanic woman who could not communicate well with her nurses. Why? She could only speak in Spanish. And it wasn't a surprise that she was lonely. Seeing her cooped up in her room all alone, watching her overly dramatic Spanish soap operas, motivated me to try to reach out to her, despite my broken and grammatically incorrect Spanish skills. Seriously, I was muy terrible at comunicaring in Espanol. Yet, I was able to make her day every time I went to work, just by trying. That is academic excellence. My 4 years of high school Spanish manifested into something that transcended beyond the classroom. It wasn't just a grade. It was the ability to make a change. Because ultimately, what matters is what you do with your knowledge. Well-renowned theologian Peter Kreeft argues that honor is like a grade in a course. It's only a sign of something else. It's the knowledge that you need, not just the assignment. So let's get to the heart of what academic excellence truly is. Say I got an A in chemistry, but I cheated. Is that academic excellence? No way. But if I studied for several hours to only find that I got a C+, which, by the way, isn't too far off from what actually happens, I would argue that that C+ is worth more than that A would ever be worth. Because I know that I genuinely tried my best. To truly know success, we must first experience failure. But nothing is ever a true failure if you learn something from it. Academic excellence is not simply trying your best and getting the grades. Academic excellence is being able to pick yourself up after a fall, learning from it, and rising from the ashes despite the adversity. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is academic excellence, to me, is the epitome of success. When you fight against all odds and strive for understanding. When you achieve the grades without deceit or any other easy way out. And when you shape your knowledge in a way that you can apply it to life, you have truly reached academic excellence. And you don't have to be some prodigy with photographic memory to be great. You just need the will. That is what DeSales has taught me. Be who you are and be that well. Make the most of what you inherently have and make that flourish. What separates the DeSales Bulldogs from the world, what makes us the top dogs in this metaphorical dog pound of awesomeness, is not the fact that we achieve academic excellence, but rather that we live academic excellence. So let me just reiterate one more time. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I have my moments. But that does not define my academic excellence. Or yours. Or yours. Or any of ours. Because at the end of